Welcome to another episode of the Lancescurv Show. Today we're going to have a different type of segment, and we're going to do a little whistle blowing today. And that's not uncommon. And I have to really thank my brother Taref. I'm sorry, I'm getting it all mixed up. I have to thank him for coming on in tonight. I'm going to ramble on for a few minutes so we can settle on in and let everybody come into the chat room and settle on in. For some reason, my sound sounds a little funny on this end. I don't know why. To me, it sounds that way. Maybe because I have that door open or whatever, but I'll figure it out. It's always something over on this end. But today, I don't know if you have your computer up, brother, if you can turn it down on that end, because I'm hearing a little echo. I know it's not me over here. But, you know, there's a lot of deceit and there's a lot of deception out in the world today, and a lot of things are being revealed, a lot of things are being uncovered. And whenever you have something that is secretive, covered, and cloaked, there's always somebody behind it. There's always somebody behind the cloaking. There's always somebody down with Jeffrey Lopez. Everything's good, man. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you're here. Whenever you have it's like a leviathan, it's like a snake. There's never really any one person doing it. It's always you find a person initially, and then there's somebody else and somebody else, and there's a lot of that going on. I mean, really from the beginning of time. And you'll find people who will try to minimize deception that is discovered, and they say, well, this has been going on from the beginning of time. It doesn't matter. It's just no. Like I said the other night on one of my shows, if everybody walked the straight and narrow, if everybody did the right thing, imagine what kind of world it would be. We wouldn't need security systems. We wouldn't need keys. We'd go to Home Depot or Lowe's, and we can get doorknobs with no locks, just to just close the door. We wouldn't need police. This is a statement. Kim Collins, how are you, sweetheart? I'm glad you're here. There have been many discussions, and it was brought up to me at one point that, well, we need the police. Well, yeah, you need public servants to help. But, and I just jumped out the shower, y'all, so I'm like real pale, scrubbed out. My eyes are a little burnt. We did that 7.5-hour show yesterday. I loved it. People were like, this is not a 7.5 hours of change. I'm like, yes, it is. This one is not going to be that long, but look for it on Sunday again. It's going to be kind of a marathon. I liked it to kick back. Tracy Dunstan, how are you? I'm loving it. Yeah, but we wouldn't need police, would we? If we all did the right thing. If we all helped each other, if we all didn't murder and crime and all these other things, stealing, and this is everybody. I'm not just saying any one particular segment of the community, but it would be a wonderful world. But then again, now we look to the police, the very people that we are supposed to go to for help when there's a crime, when there's a theft, when there's a murder. Oftentimes we find out that those are the guys doing the crime, the theft, the murder, the bad stuff. I remember up in Richmond Hill, Queens, which is just on the other side of the Van Wyck Expressway. I grew up in Richmond Hill, Queens, South Richmond Hill. They had to say South because Black folks are always in the South. And I always say Jamaica because that's where I hung out. If South Richmond Hill didn't want me, I'm not going to be known and big you up. But there was a cop car where they used to go around there and smoke weed and smoke cigarettes and drink. They used to park up there. We used to see women go in there and their heads would disappear. So, I mean, in the Black community, we know of the activity of what we see. Oh, God, I got to turn this thing down. There's always something trying to get attention here. Always something. But, yeah. So, what's funny these days is that the world is finally seeing what we already know. We already know what all this stuff. They're shocked. Oh my God, Harry, the cop beat the black fella. Now, that's not what we're going to talk about tonight, but I just thought that I would throw that in. Another thing, it's my little monologue, y'all. I'm warming up. Just got to shower and didn't catch all the water drops. But today, when I was driving earlier, there was a bumper sticker. Well, it was like more like a big thing pasted on the back of a windshield. And I read a lot of windshields when I'm driving. I see the windshields that say, rest in peace, born 1987, died 2006. And you know how you do. You start to do the math in your head. You start to play the crazy games and say, that person was born after me and they died before me. Oh my God, well, that person died old. They were born in 1913. So you play these number games. And so I saw this thing, and it wasn't that particular type of thing, honoring somebody, their life. It basically said, it was a bumper sticker on the windshield that said, America needs to turn back to God. And I made a tweet and I put it on Facebook in the middle of my day. I had to throw that out there. I said, I have to talk about this. America turned its back on God, or America needs to turn back to God. Yeah, that's what it was. America needs to turn back to God. And I asked the question. I said, when was America ever with God? Now, you know, you can only tweet but so long. Yeah, we only have like 140 characters to put a message out there. But when you look back in American history, I mean, the real American history, not this garbage that they teach you to make you honor white people like they're the founding fathers. Founding fathers, what? Founding fathers? Fathers? It may be fathers. That's why I'm so yellow, but not no founding fathers. You know what I mean? They're finally seeing what we already know, and things are being revealed. Could you imagine a history teacher in high school teaching what's on the curriculum, and some little black student comes back with something he studied because his interest was sparked from a YouTube video that was truthful? So YouTube and social media, they do have their good purposes when you use it in a mature fashion. But could you imagine how that history teacher feels? Could you imagine many of the Caucasians who don't know any better, who really did believe all we were savages, all we were beasts, wild people running around in the bush, right? But they don't talk about them and their history in the caves of Europe, right? I'm not going to go into all of that right now, but this is part of why there's a big frustration. And I know I'm going to get slammed in the comment box section. When I say what I say, that's part of it. They are not who they thought they were. And there's a lot of guilt coming around, and some are going to deny that, you know. And just like we had Dana Stevens, his words from the video on there, just come clean, y'all. If y'all did what you did and you benefit from what was done, come clean. You can't get away. Don't lash out at us because we're all over the world. You can kill every black person in America. You know what I mean? We're still here. You got to go to every continent, every country. You help to spread us around. And I just want to say that even if a bullet hits me and takes my life, I will live on. You can't kill the whole planet. Even with nuclear warfare, we, like the roaches, will survive. You might not, but we will, because we're built to last. Never forget that. melaninenvy.com. That's my website forum. Another thought that I had today is that, brothers, you got to show a little sympathy for the sisters. And we're going to get right into our topic today. Yes. Who is this now? Orion Freeman 7 and Sweetberry. How are you? Yes, the Dallas police shooting. That was a spirited dialogue and discussion. But fellas, let's have a little let's do better by our sisters and kind of sympathize with them, because I was speaking to a brother today. I forgot his name. Real smart brother. We were vibing today and doing some man talk. He asked me for some advice. I gave him some advice. And we just vibed. It wasn't like I'm some all-knowing person, but he said, hey man, give me your opinion. So we got deep in the short ride that we had. And I told him, I'm not going to reveal what we spoke about, but I told him, in addition to it, I said, try to look at the world like many of our sisters do. Now, I'm not coming with anything bad. I'm talking about the aspect of what's available. I said, you're a man. I'm a man. We don't look at men like women do. We're not supposed to. I don't care how much President Obama says it's okay, or the government says it's okay. That's whack. I'm not supposed to look. Listen, Brother Teref, I love you, my brother. But certain things ain't going down. I'm going down only if there's a female around. You know what I mean? No disrespect, Mr. Scurv. You know I have to tell my jokes. But there's a lot of frustration with our sisters on so many levels, but they want their man. They want their men. They want their man. And there's not much to choose from. There are lots of good men out here, but it seems that the supplies are diminishing. Everywhere I look, I saw two hardback dudes today. From a distance, you know, they walking. As I got closer, the walk was a switch. And they look like dudes, man. And it's like the women have to they have to feel hurt. And some will react and say, well, if the black men are no good, I'm going to go to white. Them dudes, those dudes who act straight and they're steady on their knees doing the same thing many of our sisters do, which is no disgrace when you're in a committed relationship. All I'm saying is that you have to really investigate. I think we touched on this yesterday. I'm going to say it again. Take your time. Big shout out to my friend Tanya McGregor, who rides the bus with me. She's an author. I'm trying my best to get her over here. She just finished a book, and it's going to be out probably, I'd say, the end of the year. I'm giving it extra time. A heck of a book. Her story, I'm sworn to secrecy, but I can say that she's been through a tremendous amount of abuse. Tremendous amount of abuse. And she wrote, and she gave me the transcripts and everything, and I read everything. I had to skim through a lot of it, but heck of a story. And if she can survive what she survived, anybody could. And I want to really have her here, and it's all real. And we talk about it. And I have to say that and she won't mind me revealing her age, because she reveals it in the timeline of her book. But this fall, I believe, she told me today, she's going to be 60 years old. And you ought to see how beautiful and sexy this woman is after all that she's been through. And she's a spiritual person. She believes in God, but she's straight up real. If you read the book, you know, to come clean like that. Not that she did anything, but to come clean with what she'd been through. Man, interesting person. I want to have her here. Maybe, I'm not going to promise, but maybe I can get her over here next Sunday, because I know she's going to be off. And I want to have her here sitting next to me. Delightful person, and she has a sense of humor too, and she keeps it decent. She's not raw. Anyway, that's enough of me battling my mouth. Mad Guns forever. Yes, don't be scared, Mad Guns. I'm not gonna do 7.5 hours a night. I'd have to call into work tomorrow, right? Let's Rasan. Yes, Elder. Oh, let me just apologize, Rasan. I'm supposed to get back with you, and I've been doing shows and stuff, but after I do the shows, it's like bang, go to bed, bang, go to work, do so many things. I'm going to speak to Brother Teref tonight. This is his platform tonight. But if any point toward the end, whatever the end is, and it's not going to be all 5 hours, but if you want to call in at that point, I have you call in. But the lines are open if you want to listen in. And whoever calls in, 888-575-3769. Mute your phone, y'all. We got to be adult about this. People calling and hacking and coughing and farting and pooting and sneezing and, yo, pass me some more beer. I remember way back in the day when I was on Blog Talk Radio, I had opened some lines, and I couldn't figure out who it was, but somebody started having sex. We heard the matches. We heard the moans. We all just got quiet and just sat there like, it was funny. So be careful. Anyway, brother, Mr. Simon, Teref Simon, Welcome to the Lancescurv show. Somebody's echoey back there, but I'm not going to say it no more. How are you?
How you doing, brother?
Yes. You know what I think?
Fine, and yourself?
It might be me over here. Let me, it might be me. Let me get this straight. No, it's not. If it was, it's not anymore. Oh, talk to me. Come a little closer to the phone and really project. I want to hear every syllable of what you have to say. We're going to speak about
No problem.
the Michael E. Debakey or Debakey?
Debakey.
Debakey, VA Medical Center. If you're on a speakerphone, man, just get off the speakerphone if you can.
Oh no, I'm not. But I tell you what, you're echoing. I kind of I deal with that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meaning the targeted situation.
The targeting situation. Yep. Or if I'm talking to somebody that's helping me, trying to help me out, either a phone or below, or just a number of things.
It's extremely low.
Background.
Yeah. Let me just ask everybody in the chat room. Can you hear Brother Taref really clear? Give me I want to get all this straight before we go in on it, because I want everybody to hear what you have to say. Give me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Do that again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I can hear you a lot better.
Okay.
I want you to explain where you are, everything a little bit before the beginning of what you discovered, and just ease on it. Take your time. We're in no rush.
Yes, sir.
Be thorough, but make sure to really project. Almost, you're not going to wake anybody up at home, are you? Are you alone, or you have anybody there sleeping?
Yeah, right now I live with my parents.
Yes.
My mother, my father.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Well, I mean, as much as you can. Even if you have to cup the phone, you know what I mean? I want to get all of this. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I was born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. I grew up here with school here, you know, elementary, junior high, high school. Joined the Army National Guard. I did 6 years, part-time, 2 years. Well, about 18 months, year and a half, a little bit over 18 months active inside the National Guard after September 11th, you know. Went to college, you know, Delgado College, community college, for different various trades. When I left the Army National Guard, I went to work for Avondale Shipyard. And while I was working there, we was building LP-17s, which is like the new generation Navy ships, which is designed for like to carry a whole bunch of Marines, mainly made for like coastlines to drop off troops and whatnot. We built those. While I was working in the shipyard, I used to go there. I mean, it was very scary working in the shipyard because it was known for a lot of people dying there.
Really? I mean, like how? You mean accidents?
Accidents. I kid you not. It was like the shipyard. I think is like the fourth most dangerous job on the world, on the planet.
Really?
Working the shipyard. Yeah. So we'll go to every day. I go there. You know, I'll be afraid. I'll be looking everywhere. Yeah, stories. Well, I'm serious.
No, I'm not making fun of you, but the way you said it, I'll be right next to you, looking around. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, they had stories where people was welding. You got a crane overhead coming down with a section of a ship. You know.
Damn.
And like a bulkhead, you know, and sometimes the crane will give away, and it'll fall on a person. You had that happen.
Oh man.
The ships, you gotta understand about a ship. When you see it in the water, you're only seeing maybe 30% of the ship. 70, anywhere from 50 to 70% of the ship is underneath the water.
Right.
So while I was on dry dock, I saw the ships. I actually saw how huge it is.
Yeah.
They had one ship that was 10 stories high.
Oh God.
Yes, 10 stories. I'm talking about 100 feet high. And you have to climb up all to the top and go to work. You have these things called manholes, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just big enough so you can fall in if you're not paying attention. And every once in a while, you have a worker will fall in one
So
of those manholes.
you can fall in a way where the edge of it can hit you up under your jaw and break your jaw, snap your neck. That's no joke.
Yes, they had stories. They had stories where they had a guy, a contractor. He was people was looking for him. They couldn't find him.
Right.
And so they started looking for him. When they found his body, he was at the bottom of the ship, inside the ship. Like I remember when they put that ship together, some parts of the inside is wide open. You don't have your decks yet. You're different levels.
Right.
So when you fall, you falling.
Oh man.
Like you falling from a skyscraper or something.
Wow.
And this dude hit pipes. They say he hit pipes and things of that nature. And he felt, you had people getting electrocuted to death. You had people get set on fire from the saline.
I don't want that job. Does it pay good? It has to pay good, right?
Well, you're talking about Louisiana, so the income, is very low. I got on, I think it's
well, I'm not asking you to say the actual figure if you don't want to, but relatively, it's low.
It's low. It's low. Houston, the pay scale is much better in Houston. For welders and electricians and plumbers, they get paid more money in Houston.
Right.
The machines also, which is surprised me because when I left New Orleans after Katrina, because I was one of Katrina evacuees, I was one of the people that stayed in the city. I didn't think the hurricane was going to do that much damage.
Oh, we got a lot to talk about then. Wow.
Yes. I didn't think the hurricane was going to do that much damage, but it did. It came through this sucker. It sounded like a locomotive. I'm talking about boom, 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 boom. A tree. I'm staying outside right now. You know the pine trees, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine a pine tree, the top of it touching the ground. Bending like a fishing pole. The two trees I'm looking at right now.
Wow.
The house we live in, the house we live in is brick, built in the 60s. Best construction ever. I'm talking about real brick, real
cinder block,
good wood.
Cinder block.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, real good material. The wind didn't even do nothing to it. Okay. Morning time came. We're in the eye of the hurricane. Okay. All of a sudden, I see water coming down the street. Slowly. It's coming. It made it to us. Now, mind you, the street is lower than our house. Our house, where I'm standing, let me see. Where I'm standing, our house is maybe 2 feet, 2.5 feet, 3 feet above the street level.
Right.
Okay. In a matter of 2-3 hours, the water came inside the house and raised up. When it started raising, you ever saw the bathtub fill up?
Yeah.
With water?
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Oof.
It was noticeable. It filled up. It was at my bottom of my feet, then my ankles, then my kneecap, my waist. Me and my brother and the girl that was with us, we started getting our supplies together.
Yeah.
We started putting everything together, and we went to the roof. Inside the ceiling.
Yeah. Let me just say, your sound got really good, much better. So whatever you did, keep it going, brother.
Yeah. So we made it to the ceiling, right? The water came. Before we made it there, the water got to my chest, above my chest.
How soon? Like fast? That fast?
Man, it was coming in. Yes.
Oh,
it was coming
in.
So we decided, me and my brother, because it was hot, the house was built so good, we couldn't break through the roof. We had a hammer and everything. I was using my back and everything. We couldn't break through the roof. So we had to get back in that water, move all the floating mattresses out the way, go through the window, me, Corey, and the girl that was with us. And we had to you know, to survive, right? As we trying to make it to safety, right? I'm seeing the waves coming down our street. I'm talking about waves you see at a beach, like 3 foot, 4
Yeah,
foot high.
I'm not laughing
And then
at
my
you,
brother
man.
looked at,
Yeah.
oh man, I couldn't believe with my own. I tell you what, if one of us would have fell in the water, would have drowned. That's in front of our house. Waves coming down the street. As we trying to survive to get to where we were trying to go to, the gate down the street by the school at, it's down the street from our house. The gate got to be about, I'm looking at it, about 8 foot high, and the barbed wire is another foot, right? The water was above the barbed wire. I'm not kidding you. You know, so it made it to safety. You know, we got a boat, and we used the boat to go get help. Went to the hospital that's down the street from us. The National Guard and police say you can't come in. We got too many people. We got the elderly, sick people. We only got enough food for us. Right? So, we had a weapon. I had I had a legal weapon.
Right.
The police asked us. The National Guard person also asked us, "Do you have a weapon?" We heard some gunshots. I'm like, no.
Right.
And say, hold up, wait right there, we're coming.
Right.
We'll speak to y'all. So we hurry up and skedaddle. We got ghosts, and we jumped in the boat and we paddled away. But the reason why they heard gunshots is that the boat that we was in, the water was so high that we were trying to get over the butt wire. And, we had to shoot the wire to try to break the wire so the boat can go over.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, man, I put waste the whole, let me tell you something, bullets cannot cut barbed wire.
Well, the very thing that you put in place to protect you was a hindrance to get out. You're trying to get to the roof, the barbed wire. You all did a good job building that place.
Hey, that was an old man that was a World War II vet did the job doing it. He sold it to us.
Wow.
And so we made it to a hotel room. A hotel. We got a room. The dude gave us a free room on the 8th floor. The first level was completely flooded. Before we went there, we went into Walgreens, to get some supplies. It wasn't, we were trying to survive because we saw cops come out. First of all,
right.
We saw cops come out, and they were saying, "Yeah, y'all can go in and survive. It's about survival now." You know what I'm saying?
So you didn't have to pay. You just get what you need to get. Well, who's going to think about paying at that point?
Everybody was trying to survive.
Right.
Everybody.
Right.
I kid you not. They had some knuckleheads trying
to hold stuff. Right.
They had a dude trying to bust open the ATM. I was like, "Oh my God, are you serious? You know what an ATM is?"
I know.
And he was like, help me. Come on, helping you. Come on, Corey, let's get some stuff, man. We're getting food and potted meat,
right.
And, piano style. No water. The water said, look for me. The braid said, look for me. None of that. The water was gone. So we had some Powerade and some Gatorade. We went to the hotel, and people were taking runs back and forth to the grocery stores that was flooded.
Yeah.
And it was renting the grocery stores and Walgreens for food, and for medicine. People had to break into the pharmacy to get medicine because people needed diabetic medicine,
right,
and things of that nature. We had some knuckleheads who were trying to get syrup,
Oh, come on.
Want to get loaded.
You mean NyQuil?
NyQuil.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going on the back. We're going to get some syrup. Well, I'll go get some syrup, bro. More power to me.
No, but let me interject. This is to tell you, we're going to eventually get into the other part, but this is interesting. I would have titled this a whole different way too, right? But still, this is cool because we your family now. You stuck with us. You're going to be back. We'll be bugging you if you don't come back on. I got your number. I'm gonna be calling you, waking you up, like yo, man, come on, tell us some more stories. But this is to tell you how we should think ahead of time. I'm not saying become that pack rat, but to prepare ourselves for the worst. you know, and I know everybody is kind of hearing about martial law and, you know, getting the guns stolen and your doors kicked in, and if there's a nuclear, you know, attack somewhere, or if there's just no food, what are you going to do? How long can you live without or on what you have in your home? Is it safe? Do you have canned stuff? Do you have stuff in jars? I mean, you know, medicine, water. You never know when you're going to be trapped inside your home. It may not be a Katrina type situation, but it may be something where, look, when people, when those supplies go low, people get crazy and they will run up in your house for a sandwich if they're hungry enough. But I just wanted to say that, man, we need to be more prepared and think, because life can change really quick when something happens. Go ahead, brother. Sorry for that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to lead into stuff like that, because I like to look into geopolitics and military, you know, military of war, like what you call that, strategic.
Yeah.
You know, dealing with like whole infantry units and stuff like that. I like to look into that. So, you know, I can tell you about that, because I like to read up on things. You know, I watch people like Rob Kirby and Vita Guerrilla Comments.
Yeah.
And Gerald Galente. Right. So anyway, so we made it to the hotel. We're in the hotel. You got dudes want to get loaded. Right? I kid you not. You had more females who's about business than men.
Wow.
I'm kid you not.
I believe
you. More females, more brave to get in that water than to do. I'm not kidding you. I saw a policeman, gave up. I'm not kidding you. I saw policemen was on about themselves and their family. Morgan. And I saw good cops.
Yeah.
That was trying to save everybody.
Right.
That's what I saw.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So we're in the hotel. It was just, man, one dude, this is gonna trip you out, bro. But you gotta understand this, we're in a terrible situation, bro. You don't know who's who.
Right, right.
One dude, they had a nice looking sister at the
Wait, whoa. Let me get my mind ready for this. When you said nice looking sister, I already know. And let me say, Joseph,
had a nice looking sister.
Joseph Morgan, I want to talk to you before. Don't leave, man. Before the show, I want to talk to you over the phone, because I'm surveying some stuff up in your part of the country. All right, but go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm ready.
They had a nice looking sister. Yeah, they had a nice looking sister at the end of the hallway, right? But you know, I'm in survival mode. I'm not worrying about no nice looking woman, but she was nice looking. She was fine and everything. So you know, I'm trying to see how we're gonna survive and save me and my brother. How we're gonna save ourselves.
What,
you know?
What did he do, man?
So
what did he do?
This fool, because he knew we had a gun. He knew we had a weapon. This fool gonna say, bro, what you think about old girl? All right, you know, you're all right, you know.
Oh no, this ain't funny, man. Wait.
This fool gonna tell me, man, shoot, hey man, shit, I'm thinking about raping her.
Oh man.
That's what he said.
See,
you know?
see,
he was like
see?
kind of like confirming me. He was trying to see if I was on his level,
right?
Average level.
If you
and
were,
I was like, look at him, bro. I didn't know. He had me for a loss. I was saying, bro,
for him to say that at a time like that. See. I thought maybe he was gonna say, man, let me talk to this chick, or let me, you know what I mean, or even step to her. Maybe he was gonna put his hand on her or something, which is not acceptable. But see, when things happen, you never know. You know, people, I always say it, people are like Dannon yogurt. You never know what the flavor is in the bottom until you stir that bad boy up. You don't know. If you lose the lid on Dannon yogurt, you see nothing but the white yogurt. You got to stir it up to see what's in the bottom. And situations will bring, this is the kind of way he was thinking all along in life. I mean, just when you saw that, it took that to bring it up, because maybe he thought that he was going to die or something, and he can get away with something. See, when people can get away with stuff and they know they can, or think they can get away with it, you'll see what's on the inside. This is why trust has to be earned. I don't walk around paranoid, but I'm not going to let anybody in the inner circle too quick, because they'll flip on you. They'll flip on you. So wait, now, you had the weapon, right? Or he had the weapon?
Yeah, well, my brother had the pistol. It was my weapon. It was in my name.
Boom slang.
So,
oh, you'll hear me say
like,
names. Just keep talking. People who come in the room, I'll say, you know, all right, go ahead.
So he had it. So he was in a room. I was in a hallway, just, you know, scouting the area. And I'm just talking to people and stuff like that. I'm seeing people hopeless. I saw elderly people needed help that they couldn't move and stuff like that.
Right, to help them.
Oh my God.
Right.
So people wanted to take the boat we had to go use it, and my brother said, "No, y'all can't," because he was in survival mode.
Right.
You know, it wasn't about being selfish. It was just in that time he said, "Tyree, you my main concern. You my little brother. You can't worry about anybody else." And he had other people thinking like that too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he would say, "Bro, I got to get you out of here." You know, we grown men, but he was still looking at me as his little brother. I said, "Corey, them people need that boat to go get that stuff." So he let him get the boat. He said, "Y'all better bring it back." And people said, "We're gonna bring it back." So they went to go get some food and stuff for the hotel. They brought it back, and people started inviting. They gave me some water. I gave some water to my brother and the girl that was with us, and I gave it to the two policemen that was in the room. The female police officer that was married, she was like more active than her husband. Her husband was sitting down like he was looking out the window like he was gone. Like he was just completely gone. You know, he wasn't even speaking to me. He was gone. He was zombie out.
Right.
So you know, we passed out water and whatnot. They had people trying to give us $20 for a bottle of water. I didn't take the money. I just gave it to them.
Right.
And I just you know, devoured the water. Me and my brother drank the water. We stayed overnight.
Right.
And I had an incident. You know, we had
Mills.
we had a female. Yeah, they had a female that wanted to commit suicide. We outside. You know, I was arguing with a police officer. He was trying to take our boat. I said, "No, you can't take this boat."
The cop was trying to take your boat.
Yeah, he said, "No, you're not taking this boat, bro. It's not happening." And then he got smart with me, talked to me crazy and everything like that. In front, I say, "Well, you gonna kill me in front of everybody?" And I waved my hands up to like, you know how you open your hands up.
Wow.
To the whole building because everybody watching.
Right.
I'm talking about there has to be about 200 people watching us. I said, "You gonna kill me in front of everybody?" I said it so loud, it's ridiculous. He looked at me like he wanted to curse me out, like he wanted to choke me.
Wow.
Fuck you. And he walked away.
He said that?
Him and the National Guard person, you know,
this is a cop.
So the cop, he swam away. You know what I'm saying? I said, "Man, how you gonna take our stuff and we helping out people?"
So imagine you were off somewhere in a desolate area and it was just you and him. He probably would have shot you.
I'll be dead because guess what? You know what that sucker told me? Say, "Look, I got family too. I got to take care of my family need help." I said, "What about us?"
Right.
You know? So, you know, I got the boat back, almost got killed in the water. He would have got away for it too. With it too.
This is crazy. So,
we made it to the I-10 high ground.
Right.
We on top of the bridge. I saw this old white woman. She was crying. I said, "Man, what's wrong?" My son died. He died.
Oh no, I'm not laughing at that.
Oh
no, I'm just saying I was laughing because it's like this is like surreal. But no, her son died.
Her son died. He was overweight. He was obese. He was trapped in the attic. His body swole.
The way you saying this, man, I'm taking this the wrong way. I should be sad at hearing this. I'm not laughing at this at the people and their pain, but it's the way you said it. He was trapped in the attic. His body was swole. I'm gonna laugh and move tonight, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not insensitive. I'm not a creep. Please,
yeah.
Some of y'all are laughing too, but you know you can see me. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, he was already overweight because when he died, rigor mortis in him. She said his body swelled even bigger. When the firefighters tried to take him out the truck,
they couldn't do it.
I mean, out the thing, they couldn't do it. He would have broke the ladder. You know what I'm saying? So they said, "Sorry, man, we come get him later. He's gone."
He's already gone.
They saved her.
Yeah,
he was already gone. They had people in the water dead.
I saw the pictures, man.
I didn't want to see the dead bodies. I didn't see no dead bodies because I didn't want to. My brother saw the dead bodies. They had a section of apartment complex burnt down.
So
person that was burnt up.
So really, there are a lot of people who I would believe are suffering post-traumatic stress disorder behind this, because you're living a normal life and all of a sudden you're seeing all this, you're seeing the dead bodies. Death is real. And when you see the pictures, I believe, you know, that's one thing, but to smell it, the smell rotting bodies, you got snakes that can bite you up swimming around in the water. Tell me more about this.
Oh, let me tell you. Oh, let me tell you that. Now, people, they had people saw alligators in the water. I didn't get a chance to see an alligator, even though I was in it. I saw electric eel. I saw electric eel that had to be about 5 foot long, 5, 6 feet long, swimming in the water. I saw big old crabs swimming down Reed Street. Big old crabs. I saw goldfish, and I saw, I think, bass too. I'm talking about fish that had to be 6, 7 foot long.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you mess with us all the time, and you fish for us. Now we coming to get some human ass. You know what I mean? Wow. See, and what's fascinating about this to me is that I'm down here in Florida, but I didn't grow up in Florida, and Florida has its similarities to New Orleans, you know, Louisiana, but I'm a New York City guy, so I'm a kind of the guy who dip my foot in the water, you know, but I'm not a kind of, and the country fascinates me. I really eventually want to live out in country. And as I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about, like, you're further away from people, so you better have more protection. You're not going out at night in your yard like that. You know, there's snakes out there. There's all kind of things out there. And so it's a whole different dynamic. So for me to hear you say it in shock like that, it tickles me, because I know I would be just as shocked and running. You know what I mean? Human beings don't scare me. Men wanting to fight and all that stuff, that you can negotiate. But you see something like that, roll alligators, man, I'm out of there. Yeah,
but we had no choice. You know, we had to take a chance and jump in that water. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the fact that was being brave. You had no choice. If you want to die from thirst, you had no choice. So I'm gonna let you know, hunger make people do strange things. They had they had a woman. I could have swore I probably could have, you know, got with her for a bottle of water, but I gave it to her, you know. Because I'm not, I wasn't like that.
I know.
I wasn't like that.
I know, but
I'm serious. No. I mean, people attitudes change.
This is a study, man.
I saw it with my own 2 eyes. People attitudes change. Some people became ruthless. Some people became helpless. Some people became homicidal. Some people became suicidal. I saw it. It was like,
I'm gonna meditate on this tomorrow, man.
Hey, it broke down, right? So, okay. We had to stop a girl from committing suicide. She was like on the 8th or 10th floor. I recognized the girl because I think I went to school with her. She said, I'm getting tired of this. She was going to jump off the balcony, and people stopped her. So, okay. We're on I-10, right? Nighttime came. You know, we got some more food and drinks,
scary.
You know, some Gatorade and whatnot. They had a dude say, man, look, Walmart got the supplies, y'all. We can get everything. Right? He said, he said, I'm going to take a chance to go in there, you know. He said, you know, Walmart also at the time was selling guns too. You know, at the time they were selling guns. So he's trying to go get some more food and a boat for him and his family, right? So we see him walking, you know. The moon was out that night so we can see, you know. So we see him walking out of nowhere. We didn't hear it. We didn't even see it. A Coast Guard helicopter just appeared out of nowhere.
Wow.
You know, the light it flashed on him. Bam. Sir, do not go in Walmart. If you do, we will shoot to kill. The dude stopped in that water. He turned around. He came right back to us.
Why do you think they were so determined to keep you from Walmart? Was there something else? You know,
weapons in there.
Huh?
Weapons was in Walmart.
It couldn't have been just
ammunition.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Let me just tell Boo Boo who's listening. Yeah, that's Boo Boo. we're touching on this, but we're definitely coming to the water, and we're definitely coming to that part that we advertise. But this is just so juicy, you know. We'll give a few more minutes on this, but yeah, continue on, brother. This is. I didn't know I was getting the 3 for 1 tonight.
Sure. Man, it just, I survived that. We survived. We had to a lot of people was commandeering vehicles. We had to commandeer a vehicle, an 18-wheeler, and we saved 30 people. They jumping back to the vehicle. So we made it to the bridge, the Greater New Orleans Bridge, and we went over it, right? And as we going over it, we seeing houses on fire and everything. It looked like a war zone. So we going over it. We driving down Highway 90, which goes through like the back way. That's the back way to Lafayette, opposite of the I-10, right? So we're going down Highway 90 to get to 310 to hook back up with I-10 because most of I-10 from New Orleans to Meadow was flooded. So we couldn't go that way. So we went the back way to 90. So we're going down 90. We forgot to close the back door. State trooper pulled us over. He's locked and loaded, and he's at the ready. Y'all stole this vehicle? Oh, y'all the ones killing the police in the city? Because at that time, he had 3 or 4 cops got killed. Right? So he's talking to us like we the ones that done it.
Right.
You know, he put up his nightstick, you know, got my brother out the truck, you know, and he's about to beat my brother and trying to get my brother to swing him so he can shoot him. And I saw what's going on. I said, hold on, man, don't do that. I said, hold on one moment. I walked in the back. I told the people that was in the back of the truck, I said, look here, y'all. My brother and I is trying to survive, and y'all want to come with us, right? And we let you get on the truck because, you know, we was looking out for y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all trying to survive. We all got family. My brother done this for all of us, me and all of y'all.
Right.
Can y'all please get out this truck and come help out my brother and let him know that we are survivors of a disaster.
Right. They should already know that,
so
though.
Scared. You would think. They were so scared they didn't want to get out. I raised my voice. I said, look, y'all better get y'all asses out this truck.
Exactly. You helping them out
of here and better come help, you know, and tell this police officer, you know, what's going on. So, okay, they got out the truck. Look at cop, blah, blah, blah. Sir, I'm like, looking at him, I'm like, oh, you serious?
Yeah.
You the fucking victim. You the victim.
My people.
Man, I just stood right there. I forgot the policeman had a gun on us. I put my hand on my hip, and I was just flabbergasted. I'm looking at us, brothers with mouthful of gold, pants sagging, tattoos everywhere. Supposed to be the roughest brothers.
Bitched out.
And the police, and they just bow down. They bow down.
See?
I had enough.
Yeah.
I had enough. He called him back up, man. And the state troopers came with them AR-15 M4s. Man, they surrounding us. They was talking to us so crazy and everything, right? Then they cooled down. Then they started, you know, talking to us normal. Say, we understand what's going on. And everything was de-escalating, right? And they said, we're going to let you get back on the truck, but take out the wood and take, you know, some people had some clothes that they took out some places and they had to, like, put it in a pile with the wood and everything. They said, the police said, we're going to take it. St. Charles Parish Police showed up, and it increased again. The sheriff of St. Charles came there, man. It was like, we got a place for y'all. Jail. We think it's better for y'all because, you know, got all this crime. We're gonna be well fed and everything like that. I'm not hearing it. I'm walking
sound like a trick.
Like I ain't hearing it.
They'll never let you out.
You know, I'm not hearing it. And he was talking like in the parish police. It was like so terrible, bro. It's like it was ready to gun us down. It took the state troopers to calm them down. They want us to lock us up. I'm like, okay, whatever. They let us. Okay, so the state troopers took over the thing. The St. Charles Parish Police, they got any vehicles left because they got a call. They had to leave. So that was a blessing. They were talking to us like we're slaves. We jumped in the vehicle, and we skedaddled. They said, well, once you get to this stop, inform the police officers that, you know, y'all parking this truck here so it can get back to the rightful owners, right? So we made it to, like, that was Gasma, Gonzales, Louisiana, which is right before Baton Rouge. We made it there, and the people in the back helped me jump out, and some other set of people jumped in the back. We didn't even know that people did that.
Wow.
Right? So, you know, I went back to inform the people it was a new set of people. I'm like, what? So I went inside the hamburger place to inform the police officer, look, we are survivors of Katrina. The police informed me to inform you that that we have a vehicle that we commandeered and we can drop it off right here, this, that, and the other. You know what the police said? I don't care. And we do whatever.
Right, right.
You know, and I just looked at him. I say, okay.
Right.
No problem. Now, mind you, why we was pulled on the out, before I skipped the story, why we was pulled on the out on the side being harassed, right? They had people, and I kid you not, it sounds kind of funny though. They had people, he was in post office truck on top of the roofs hanging on. But it's about survival, man. I'm sorry, it's about survival.
No, I know. I'm trying to.
And,
yeah.
I have to laugh at that now because it was about survival.
Right, right.
But at the time, it was very serious, man. We could have got dealt with.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been laughing through the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw arcade buses. We saw, you know, energy trucks. What is the energy? Entity trucks, which is an energy company that gives light power to the city.
Right.
People on the back on the scoop, the scoop.
Yeah.
That go up and down. People in that. People, whatever vehicle.
Right.
People in musket and grab. That's what was in. It was just gone. Brand new cars off the parking lot. People was in. Gone. Trying to make it.
I hear you though.
Or I can see on top of the buses. Or I can see on top of the buses. Displayed just flying in the air. That's all I can see. But at the time it was serious. But when I think about it, I can laugh.
Right.
So man, we made it to Baton Rouge. I called my cousin. Oh, that's another thing. Landlines is very important.
Yeah.
When a major disaster happened, landlines survive.
When those towers are out.
Yeah. Exactly. So we made it to Baton Rouge. We got through my cousin. My cousin hooked us up with his homeboy and he gave us a place to stay.
Good.
So while we was in Baton Rouge, I kid you not, 2 to 3, 5 people was dying a day.
Wow.
From police killing them.
See?
I'm telling you.
But I'm just saying.
2 to 5 people.
But we should see. We should know. We should know already, right? I'm not trying to figure out who's good and bad. Look how this brought out the hero in you. You're a hero, man. Look how many people wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for you being calm, if it wasn't for you thinking, if it wasn't for you taking action. You're a real live angel. That sounds like Gabe, me saying that. Oh, you're an angel. You're a hero, man. You know what I mean? And we need more people like you because, see, when stirred up, what we think of people, it may not be the actual characteristics that they have hidden inside. And that's scary. As I go about my day tomorrow, I'm gonna look at everybody like, what would they do? Because we put on a mask in our day. Not everybody, some of us, and maybe too many of us. And we portray something that we're not. So when you have somebody in your life and they may not be perfect, but you know what they are, hold on to them. It's the ones you don't know. Look how many pastors out there probably have bitched out. You know what I mean? The ones that we think that are so good and they work so hard to put this front up. And sometimes the guys you think are bad, I'm not saying you, brother, but I'm quite sure that many of them rose to the occasion. So you really have to be careful. It's just like in a relationship. You deal with somebody for years and you find out something about them that you didn't know, that they were hiding from you. They were deceptive. And it took that long to find out, you know. Just rambling.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes. So while we're in Baton Rouge, we're in survival mode. Our clothes raggedy. We're walking down the street, right? People in New Orleans got a tendency to basically walk in the street, you know, but like more on the side of the street. The reason being because
keep talking. I'm gonna get my water jug. I always have my water jug here. I'll be right back. Keep talking for the audience.
All right. The reason being is because people developed that because people used to get robbed back in the days, and the best thing to do to walk in the middle of the street, you can see who's coming from the side of the houses, right? So so we walking on the side of the street as we passing up the cars. People locking the doors, I'm like looking like, what the hell's going on? So people locking the doors and whatnot. So me and my brother like, oh man, this ain't nothing nice. So we made it to this hamburger place. I forgot the name of it. So we're in line. We had some money that was given to us by some good Samaritans. We're in line. So we kind of, we want to buy some meat. They had some people coming out saying, look, we have no money. We don't have this. We don't have nothing. Some of the people like saying, look, y'all going to give us something to eat. That's what they were saying. And we just stepped back because, man, we didn't know what was going to happen. So people, the employees gave them some hamburgers, and they walked out. But, I mean, it was so bad throughout Houston, throughout Baton Rouge and Louisiana, some of the stores started closing. They opened up like 5 or 6 in the morning. They had to be closed by 10 or 11 in the morning. That was got that bad, because people were in survival mode, so people were stealing. Not to be stealing like they was criminals. It wasn't criminals. They were trying to survive. We got to realize people didn't have nothing no more. All their money was gone. They only had like the shoes on their feet and the pants. They had people in underwear, So it was in survival mode. And just because our family is the way it is, we got saved, but they had other people didn't have family, man. They got stuck, they got trapped. So we made it to Northern Louisiana, Monroe. Met up with my rest of the family, the other 30 members of the family. We made it up there. And this family helped us out. We lived in the house for like more than 2 weeks all together, 30 people in one house. It was trying times, but it was fun though, because we was looking out after each other and people was looking out for us. Now, other people from New Orleans wasn't so lucky. They had to go on this base. It's like Salvation Army encampment. And I kid you not. They had to be inside by 9 o'clock. They had a 9 o'clock curfew. If they wasn't inside by 9 o'clock, they couldn't come in. The National Guard had it surrounded. It looked like a mini prison, to be honest with you. People riding, National Guard riding around with M16s and whatnot, and on 4-wheelers.
Right.
So people riding around and everything. I'm like, damn, that's like an encampment. I'm glad I'm not there. So, man, made it. I went to Dallas. My family went to Houston. I said, no, I'm going to Dallas. I went to Dallas, met my friend Iran.
Right.
And I was in Dallas for like a week or two. My family said, come to Houston to help out people, so I had to move to Houston and stuff. But when I got to Houston, they had news reports on Houston, because they had so many people from New Orleans that they had a conflict going on now. You had a beef.
Mm-hmm.
That's similar. It's basically dead now, but he had a beef between Houston and New Orleans. And it was real bad. I mean, it was real bad when I got
I heard about that.
News.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the beef was real bad.
You know why? Because when that happened, I was working in the jail. And a lot of guys came out from Louisiana into Orlando. And guess what? I'm not saying everybody from Louisiana was committing crimes, but a whole lot of folks. They had some good folks. They had some folks who came out here and they were running wild. And I got to talk to a lot of them. But go ahead, man.
So, okay. So they had the beef going on. So me being who I am, when I approach people, I let them know I'm from New Orleans automatically, Some people was like kind of apprehensive because, they was telling me stories what happened to like the relatives that was robbed and things and that. I said, well, I'm not like that.
Right.
It took me a good little while to even get a date when I was out there.
Wow.
But I kind of understand,
Right.
I kind of understand.
You're a good guy, man. Hello? Hello, hello? Taref. Are you still connected? Taref? I don't know if you hit the mute on your phone, but check your phone on your side. Everything is good on this side. Taref, if you can hear me, this is what I want you to do. Just hang up and call right back. I don't know what happened. But we can't have this happen now. Or better yet, Taref. Yeah, okay. He heard me. He's going to call right back. And I got a mouthful of this cake. Well, I'm going to try to call him back. Okay, hold on. Hold on. See if he calls back. I don't want to be a situation where I call him and he calls me. I didn't memorize his number, so I have to go into my other phone and check the number. I hope he doesn't call me back on this phone too. Hold tight. Okay, here he is. Here he is. I don't know what happened. We're going to add him in right now. Yes, Taref. Sorry, man. I don't know if that was me or you, but I think it was something on your end.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, that happens. That's part of it,
Oh yeah, that's part of the rest of what we're going to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll tell you, it's the most weirdest stuff you can ever hear.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so I went to job to job. Houston is like a Texas is a state where they can fire you.
Mm-hmm.
Work the right state, they can fire you. I think Louisiana became that after Katrina.
And let me just say for the listeners, now that you're in Houston now, we're going to ease
into New Orleans now.
Oh, it's New Orleans? Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm saying eventually you do get to Houston.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about the water for those who are waiting to hear about the water, because there's one person who really wants to hear your end of things. But no, take your time. Take your time. I don't want to rush this.
Okay. So, I went to job by trying to get on with Union Pacific because they was hiring at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to get on with them. It was very hard to get on. I wish I could have. So, at that time you had the walk, the Rocky Walk going on in Houston. You got the Halliburton, KBR is out of Houston.
Mm-hmm.
It's the oil industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good paying jobs, man. They had people that was working in the kitchens in Iraq making like $60,000-$80,000 every 6 months. I was trying to get on with them. Yeah, I was trying to get on with them. 700 people are show up for 7 jobs. That's how.
Okay, keep talking. I have to answer this call. Keep talking.
All right.
Keep talking.
So yeah, you had 700 people show up for like 7 jobs.
I hope this is an emergency.
Couldn't get on with them. So I finally got on with some jobs, from different job to job. And got an experience in working on blowout preventers, which is a piece of equipment that's you use for subsea systems for petroleum. Because the petroleum comes underneath the sea, and the blowout preventers, what it do, if you ever have a rupture in the line, the rams on it close shut, it crush the pipe and close the pipe, and that's what prevents spillage into the water. Whereas remember the BP spill. The reason why you had a spill, you had a blowout preventer fail. The rams didn't close on it. All right, that's what I used to work on: the blowout preventers and the Christmas trees. What you call the Christmas trees? That's what sits on top of blowout preventers. And when the petroleum goes through the blowout preventer, then it goes to the Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree shoots like water to the petroleum that's coming from the bottom up, and it shoots water going down. And what it does, it try to knock as much of the mud from the petroleum. That's what was explained to me. I don't know if I could be wrong on it. That's what was explained to me. So working on that one day, but before I was working for FMC, so I heard stories where it was working on a Christmas tree. They had it pumped up with like 23,000 psi of pressure, water pressure, and somebody forgot to put the lock on it. It let loose. Boom! This was the story told me before I got there. It went through the ceiling. It went into the stratosphere. It sent out the radar people at the George Bush placing airport called them. Say, man, we got an object that's that went in the stratosphere. What's going on over there? And they had to tell them what happened. They had that much pressure behind this. I think this piece had to be 100, 200, 300 pounds, and it shot through the Christmas tree.
God,
and it went, and from what I understand, tens of thousands of feet in the air. And I don't think it fell. I think it did fall back down. I know it fell back down, but where it went at, I don't know. So, and also the job was another dangerous job because you're dealing with 6,000 psi in the line. Sometimes those lines would develop little tiny little holes. You got to remember, you're dealing with 6,000 psi of water. So you don't see it, and you walking, right? If you walk it and it hits you, it's gonna cut you open.
Oh man!
You had about at least, I think maybe 1 or 2 people a year was getting cut. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, I saw the cuts, pictures. I saw it. It was like terrible. I was like, man, this ain't nothing nice.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna fast forward. I got a job at the VA. Right.
This is what you're waiting for, boo boo.
I got a job at the VA. I did the application online at usgov.job, .com, and .gov. I got on. I took the physical and whatnot. I got on as a utility systems operator, which is a baller tech basically. So I had to operate the ballers. So before I got on, I was working with OJT, on the job training. So I had some training with that. Some training I thought was good enough, but that'd be a long story because I want to get to the root. I want to get to the water. Okay, I work with the ballers, and every once in a while the ballers will lose. Okay, the ballers, what they do is they turn water into steam. We preheat the water to 212, then it bumps. Then the water in the boiler start boiling at 240. See, in your pot, in your where you live at, the water boils at 212, but in the boiler it boils at 240 or something like that because it's under pressure.
Right.
So it boils, right? So it creates steam, and then we send it to the hospital. Send it to the different valves to the hospital for heating, for cooking, and things of that nature, right? All right, I'm walking up on Saturday. One Saturday, I'm working on the border. This is when they let me loose and start working by myself.
Right.
Bam, I'm starting getting calls. Some nurse station, hey, we don't have no water up here no more. So I let energy control know that's the room next to us. We don't have no more water, coming. So I let them know. So that tells me I have to go roll out the fire hose, right? To attach it to the water treatment system, right? So it can treat the water for the ballers, right? Reverse, I think it was reverse osmosis or something like that. The process was using. So okay, we attach it to that. Bam! Now we got water coming from the other line. All right, and I started noticing this a lot. It was weird. It was like every other time I was working there, at least once a month, we lose water pressure to the building. Say, why are we losing water pressure to the building? What's going on?
Right.
So one day, I got this new guy working with, and we both helping each other out, So one day I went to be nosy, and I went out there to talk to the one of the techs, that was from energy control. He was messing with the valve. So I'm looking at it as a 20-inch water line, right? Coming from the city of Houston to the VA. So he messing with the valve. He's trying to jig and loose. I said, why you got to do that? He said, I got to unloosen that mud. It's impacted. I said, what? I said, man, mud? What you mean mud in this line? He said, man, There's mud. It get dirty, bro. You don't see that water? It starts splashing. It splashed on me, dirt on my shirt. Shirt was dark brown. I said, bro, please tell me they got a main filter for this hospital.
Right.
She said, no, they don't. I said, what? So now, after he unloosened that water, right, it goes to the line. Bam, 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 bam. They make it to the hospital. Now, remember, the mud is traveling through the line now. It goes throughout the hospital, right? And now we got water pressure back to the hospital. Now we got now we're getting more calls because now the toilets is filled with mud.
Oh, damn.
And the nurses already know, from what I understand, they got to let the showers and the faucets run so long so it can get that dark brown out and go back to that clean, somewhat clear water again that look clear.
So let me just interject. Let me just interject that me putting the name of the facility in the title, where it is, that's very definitive. People are gonna be associated with like Auntie, didn't you work there? Or my older brother, did this happen? Now see, it's not just you talking it, so somebody can say, oh, it's a quackery. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's lots of other people had to see this and experience this. You see?
Yeah. The nurses know about it. The nurses have know because they call us informed. Matter of fact, they're the first ones to let us know.
Right.
That we don't have no water.
Right.
Because, once that happened, then we got to hurry and get the boilers back running again. Right. Get the other line attached to the boilers because now we're going to be affected. The nurses are always the first ones to know. The ice machines start working, the shower's not working, things of that nature. Now, mechanical bay 8, that's where everything ties into, and it goes into the hospital. You got your heaters, your converters, you got your dental equipment that sterilize the water, that cleans the water. You got the machine for to sterilize the tubes. They got a filter. Right. But a main filter for the hospital, for the rest of the hospital, no, it don't. So you got water going through the other places not being treated. So if the ice machine don't have a filter on it, then it's getting dirty ice. All right? Fifth floor operation room did not have a filter. Because the doctors, whoever was in charge of the area, they took it upon themselves, not to go through us. They took it upon themselves to put an ice machine up there that they wanted brand new, and they did not let us know. Okay, so went upstairs. We had to do inventory for J-Code. I forgot. They go around doing inspections for hospitals, and they got the power to shut down the hospitals and not up to standard. So I noticed that. I noted it, and so I let them know they don't have no filter for this or our ice machine. And trust me, at that time, look, they're using the ice was filled up to the top of the bin. So they're using the ice for organs. They're using the ice to cool down the body. They do yes. So by me knowing this, I'm like, God damn, brand new machine. I'm like looking at the tape, because you have to be in scrubs, right? Because you're around the patient. Right. Once you go in a certain door, you have to get in scrubs. Even though you're dirty as hell, you gotta get in scrubs. So, I'm looking at the patients on the tape. I'm like, oh my God. Wow. I'm looking at the ice. I said, okay, all right. Wow. So, bam. So, I gotta let the owners know. I was in the boiler room, then they had to transfer me to the HVAC room because me and my supervisor didn't see eye to eye. He done me wrong. Right. All right, bam. With the HVAC side, right? So we working on the ice machine, me and this other tech. I'm not going to say his name. We working on the ice machine. They had some ice machines we came across, and once we knew they didn't have a filter, we knew it was going to take us 2 or 3 days to clean it with acid. But, we couldn't really use brushes because you'll damage the evaporator, So we have to keep on, using towels and stuff and hit it with acid because you got to realize, what you got in water, when it's not really treated properly, you have rock, right? It turns into solidified rock. Solidified, which is, watery like. Right. That solidified rock accumulated on evaporators, the augers and stuff. We have to clean that. So people, we cleaning it. I'm part of it. I'm still part of that clique at the time. We trying to clean it. People come up to me, hey, that ice dirty, right? I ain't saying that. Oh, ma'am, everything's gonna be all right. We clean the machine, right? The storyline, right? So Man, so the cafeteria didn't have no filter, so the workers that was drinking that dirty ice, and also the patient relatives was drinking that dirty drinks, and also dirty ice, and also the food they prepare didn't have a filter, from what I understand. When they prepare the food for the patients, yeah, and for the hospital staff, no filter. From what I understand, some of the ice machines did, and some of the ice machines had little bitty old filters, and sometimes the filters only can last so long because the water was so heavily dirty.
Right. It ran through its course fast because it already hit its limit of what it could hold back. Correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So even though they had some ice machines with filter on, we went to these big filters. These two filters had 2 filters on them. We had 2 of them, or was it one big? Oh, man, I'm slipping. But anyway, so we had to go to these other filters to treat it because J-Code was on the way.
Right.
With the little small bit of filters, they only can do so much. That water was so damp. Man, I'm telling you, when it was to change the filters, the brown was coming from the tube. It was coming from the tube, going to that goes to the filter. The filter was the only line of defense for the patients.
Wow.
And trust me, I saw the evaporated curls. I saw the ice bins. We had clean the ice bins with bleach and everything. I saw a dirty guy. I saw this. All right?
Eddie Leon.
So, yeah. So I saw these things. I saw it, All right. Now, at the time I was working the HVAC, they ordered hit in my guts because, I got into, I wasn't seeing eye to eye with my manager and with the other managers. Well, with my manager, but how managers, they all got each other back. So they spread rumors about me, stuff like that, talking about I'm recording people and stuff like that.
Wow.
They recorded. They went around recording people. One dude was one manager, when I got in trouble behind the ball I was working with, I made a stupid mistake, which I admitted. They used that against me too. Just a veil wrong, My manager went around telling people I could have blew up the plant and killed people, And I got back to him. I'm like, what kind of shit is this? I said, if people know anything about a boiler, they know they have other safety valves. You know what I'm saying? And what I done, I moved it up 6 PSI, to like 10 PSI, because it was on 125 PSI. I moved it to like 140 PSI, where it's supposed to be a cutoff, because you don't want to have a runaway boiler,
Right.
Because if you have a runaway boiler and it builds too much pressure, what can it do? It can explode, or it can implode.
Really?
Yes, it can explode or implode, and once a boiler goes, it goes. That's when a person when they're a boiler tech, that's when you fall underneath federal guidelines because you're working with an explosive device.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how serious it was. So, bam. So, okay, I'm already in a black book already. But at the time I figured that, hey, everything was cool, but somebody wanted to be careful to stay out to get you. I'm talking to people who I thought were my friends, and I didn't know they was collecting information on me and stuff. I'm going out with them, going to clubs and everything. I brought up something one day about somebody saying they got a person going around recording people and stuff like that. You got to be careful with them. I said, I mean, why y'all talking about your other UN brother when management go around recording people? And y'all know this. One of them took it upon himself to go tell on me, and he did. So I definitely got in trouble with that, and that's when they started shunning me, blackballing me. They started playing mind games with me and everything, and police started following me. The VA police started following me. I go to my car. In the morning when I get out, I make sure all my doors are locked. I go to my car, all my doors are.
You go to the car and the doors are open.
Not doors, excuse me. The lock on my doors will be open. Right? And I'm like, I know I locked all these locks on my door.
Messing with you. Mind games.
Messing with me. I go to the my locker, water missing out my locker. Like to pick my locker, My scooter I was using will be moved sometimes. Like I said, I know I parked in front of the hospital. Where is that? Then they play minds with you. Oh man, that always happened to me, Tyree. Maybe it's in the back. Go check. I guarantee it's in the back. And I'm going to back. It's in the back. I said, damn, they got me again. You know, I'm serious. I'm telling you. It was getting bad and bad and bad. I mean,
well, you know what I did one time on a job. I won't say where it was, but hopefully they won't hear this. But they used to steal my lunch, and this is an overnight job. I used to go through my lunch and take my lunch, and it's, you know, I would try to check and see who wasn't eating as much of their lunch, and it would take stuff. So I said, okay, no problem. I came in one night that I was off, and they looked at me like, what are you doing here? And I said, oh, I forgot something in the locker. I got to go get it. I was all dressed up and everything. Had a little knapsack on me. Went into the break room, nobody was there. And I left a cake. Took some slices out of it. So it looked like it was already, you know, if it's just intact, it's like, okay, you know, I'm not going to touch it, but, oh, okay, it's sliced up already. Well, X-lax, y'all. That's all I'll say. But anyway, go ahead, man.
So, yeah, so these attacks they was doing to me, but what they was doing, they was going around telling, from what I understand, they was going around telling people I was doing it to them while they was doing it to me, right? They had one of the managers to say something bad about people from New Orleans and this, that, and the other. I didn't know I was being set up to have a reaction, so I reacted to it, and I wrote a letter to the my supervisor, to the man over my supervisor. I'm not going to say his name. Right. To him and his supervisor. So they got mad, you know what I'm saying? And they really started messing with me. And somebody said, man, Tyree, what's going on, bro? Why you going to do that with him? I said, man, you didn't see what that man told me? You know, people from New Orleans steal this, that, and the other. Then he said some other two other things. You know what I'm saying? Referring to me. I mean, well, referring. You see, they talk to you indirectly. You know, they talk to you like they're looking at you, but they're not looking at you, right? So, okay, but you know it's directed towards you.
Double meaning.
And he played me, man. Yeah, he played me. We got into his mind, and he played me because we was cool, you know. But he got into his mind. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I wrote a letter. Then everything broke loose, and for 2 days it was harassing me real hard. So I wrote another letter saying I apologize. I was wrong. This, that, and the other. You know, because somebody say, man, go ahead, just write a letter and apologize. Because the dude you get into it with, everybody like him. You know, I liked him. You know, he's a cool dude.
Right.
So I wrote the letter, and everything was, you know, I mean, it was cool for maybe a day or two. Then after that, then they increased on me again. You know what I'm saying? And it really got bad. It really got upset with me. I mean, really got bad with me, you know? I mean, I really started getting found out by the police. You know, I call for help. People be sarcastic on radio with me. You know, sometimes I won't get it. Most of the times I won't get the help. You know, it spread it to the hospital, and people, you know, be walking down the hallway to look away from me. You know, it was like
you knew the body language.
Yeah, body language, nonverbal. And I was being followed by certain managers too. Constantly. So this is going on and on and on and on and on. I had enough, you know, at this, I have to say this. As this was going on, I was going home every day, you know, I'm seeing my next door neighbor, like, whatever was going on at my job was like, he started shunning me. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know what's going on at the VA? I mean, no, he can't be. That's a job. What? Right. On the outside, got to do a job. You know what I'm saying? So I left, you know what I'm saying? Before I left, I was kind of like freaking out because it was messing with me so hard. I told one of the techs, hey, man, the messing with me this hard is because you think they messing because they know I know about that dirty water. Why did I say that? Because I was panicking, you know? Right. I made it worse. They freaked out then. So I skedaddled, you know, June the 9th of 2014 was my last day. You know, actually it was a day I was off, but I did a letter of resignation. I left. Bam.
Better that way. Man. Yeah.
Yeah. So I left. So bam. You know, I'm trying to like simmer down. I can't believe it just happened to me. You know, like they was actually trying to set me up, man. Like, like they was trying to throw me in jail or something, man. I was like, I couldn't believe it. So I made it. You know. So you know, a week went by. You know, and 2 weeks went by. Then I started noticing people in my apartment complex started acting funny towards me and stop. And it was weird. Like, I know at certain time people be outside. I go outside, nobody outside. When I go inside, everybody come inside. Go outside. You know, I'll be in the bed, people shining lights in the on my apartment complex, playing loud music.
That is crazy.
I'm hearing people fussing outside and all this shit going on. Ambulance coming through and everything, right? So, you know, I'm like, what the heck is going on? You know what I'm saying? So one day I went to the VA and I told her, I said, man, something's going on in my apartment complex. Is this following me there? You know, I was upset, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm having panic attacks. I let them know how I was feeling. So I left. You know what I'm saying? And somebody removed the apartment manager, right? So everything was cool for 2 days, and it got worse again. It got worse. I'd be on a hot milk. I'd jump in my vehicle. Next thing I know, I got 5 cars following me. 2 behind me, 2 on the side, 1 in front of me. I'm telling you, I was being followed about, you know, regular dudes, people out. I'm talking about problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And no matter where I go, people knew my face. People was acting weird towards me, man. I'm talking about straight up weird. And I'm like, man, I gotta leave the city. So I started.
Yeah, you were blackballed.
Yeah, I was blackballed. So I started having a panic attack. And one of my family members, well, go to the emergency room and put you in on the 6th floor, the mental ward, right? I didn't want. And my first instinct was not to do it.
Right.
You know, which I should have followed. You know, I gotta really pay attention to your instinct, because I had a first instinct to quit back in 2013 when it was first happening, before it really got that bad. I should have paid attention to my instinct. I won't be going through this.
Right.
So I left. I left Houston, right? And I made it to New Orleans. They followed me here. So I'm driving down the street. I'm hearing people, there go that bitch ass nigga that ratted on them people in Houston. You know, I heard that sometimes.
Right.
People doing strange things in the street, you know, turning in the middle of the street or coming down the wrong way of a street, you know. People always on their cell phones soon I come around.
Right.
You know.
Right.
People talking around like I don't exist. People that's homeless in the street coming straight to me, asking me for some money, or dudes asking me where the dope at, or trying to sell me stolen items. You know, I was messing with this girl while I was in Houston, and you know, my friend said, "Yeah, I mess with her. You know, she cool, she look good, nice little sister, man." I was messing for like a mess. Well, it wasn't nothing too serious, but I was telling her, you know, what I wanted to do and this and the other. Then when I come to find out after, you know, I left her alone, that she was basically collecting information on me, you know.
See?
So she replied to me with a smart remark in my text, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, she played at me. I couldn't believe that, you know. So, you know, that's why I was going back and forth to Houston, you know.
Right.
From New Orleans to Houston, because, you know, I still was meeting my friends back, but I saw it was gradually being done, like it was being isolated, you know. So it became, I mean, now it's full blast in New Orleans and other parishes, you know. When I go to Mississippi, it's there too, Texas. I went all the way to Pensacola, followed me there. I went all the way to D.C., followed me there too, when I protest with other targeted individuals, you know. Every gas station I was on my way, you know. So, I mean, that's because, you know, your phone is a tracking device.
Yes.
So what I started doing, I took off my privacy settings. That helped me out somewhat. But they still have technologies as well. They can put stuff on your phone, but they can still track you. So I've been followed by the New Orleans police, Jefferson Parish State Troopers. You know, I think St. Bernard, they follow me too. The sheriff deputies follow me. It's like, it's weird how they coordinate with each other, because one person will be following you, and then he'll turn away. Then I get to the next block. Then another cop will come up.
Right.
Then I go right down 6 more blocks. Then another cop coming in the opposite way. Then I turn down the street. Then there's another cop. Man, it's weird how it works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, the police department's got this thing called Stingray. Stingray have ability to track your phone number no matter where you at. A lot, you know, it got a bit of track your phone number, and also within 200 meters, it can you know, run your battery down and also cut off your phone. You know, and I think it do some other things. And you have this other device called Dolphin. It's the same as Stingray, but it's not as high tech as Stingray, right?
Wow.
The sheriff departments had that. I noticed it. It was a bigger version of an iPhone. You know, trust me, I did research on this. Trust me. So I'm like, how do you know where I'm going?
Yeah.
And it was tracking me through my phone.
Right.
So I bought like Blocket Pocket for my ID and a Blocket Pocket for my phone. That helped out to a certain extent.
And how does that work?
Well, it blocks your signal to your phone.
Oh.
But it can't track you through your GPS.
Right.
Yeah. So even if your phone is off, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think most phones got a small battery in it.
Yeah.
But they can still. Yeah. So. Okay. So every time I make a counter move, they make a move. I make a counter move, they make a move. So now when I leave now in the morning, it's like they ready for me. They have some people already outside. So when they see me, I see sometimes they press the little buttons on the phones. I think they're alerting everybody that I'm out and about now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it'd be weird sometimes. I'd be driving down the street. You have like, man, I kid you not, one day I went to go eat in the French Quarters. So I'm riding through the Seven Water on Esplanade Street. You know, I think it was like from every block to every other block, you had a person on the corner on their phone.
Wow.
Either back turned against me, or back facing me on the phone, looking at their phone. They like to use people on bicycles. The bicycle ride past and cut in front of the car. That happens a lot. People on skateboards and everything. Now, stores. When I go in the store, they like to change this up every once in a while. This is how they entrap you to get people to hate you, right? And I fell for these traps. I'm very hated in the city and in other parts because I fell for some of the traps, you know. So they like to use old people. They like to use children. They like to use people to get you set up. What they'll do is while you're in line, right? They'll make sure they're closed down. Like most of the lines have one or two lines open. So while you're in line, you're waiting. Then they use an old woman that's coming, and she's looking away from me, and she'll just, you know, skip me. At first, I used to let that happen. Then I got to the point I said, "Ma'am, I'm next."
Right.
And you know, and every once in a while, I see a sheriff looking at me, smiling, you know, trying to see. He's trying to get me to, you know, do something so they can use that as more ammunition against me.
Right.
They set you up and get people to hate you. It's like hyper game theory. They use the last thing against you. You know, how to get you. And they get everybody upset with you. I mean, people hate my guts. So they use dogs like, you know, I'm walking down the street one day, dogs start, you know, barking at me like he was going to bite me and stuff.
Right.
I didn't do nothing because I already figured that's another form of entrapment. And, you know, they always got somebody out looking out the window filming you, right? You use little children to walk across your knees, right? Close to you. They're hoping that what they're doing, they do it so many times, they hope that you have a psychotic break and kick one of the children. They want you to do that so everybody can jump on you.
Right.
Right? Or
cuss
out an old woman or cuss out a police officer so they can take you down. You know, they want you to have a psychotic break. All right? Now, I kid you not, since I've been going through this, I had nervous breakdowns. You know, multiple times.
Right.
Since I've been going through this. You know, it's tough because I know I'm not an evil person. I know I don't deserve this. And my people think snitching is worse than telling the truth about dirty water, which is ass backwards.
Right.
You know? So if I'm trying to tell you something about dirty water and say, look, man, they're infecting our people, they're infecting white people too, and veterans, and maybe the whole city of Houston, millions of people, what's more important? You hating me for snitching? You didn't tell me. You know, I wouldn't, you know, never worked out. That is that serious. But I mean, I heard stuff, man. That man, they had people killed themselves in the hospital. You know, that the media didn't even know.
Yeah,
it had to be leaked out secretly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look at this thing with the water you're telling us. I mean, the muddy water there at the VA. I don't think that came out in the mainstream media. And look, I've had people speak to me who cops straight up killed their sons or daughters and covered up, and it never went anywhere because they didn't have the money to get a lawyer, and the media refused to touch it. This place is a dirty place, and there's layers. And if they can do that now with all of the technology that they have, imagine what they got away with back pre-civil rights. Of course, we know slavery. We know that. But right after all that, I mean, come on. When you look at the history of this country and you find postcards where white families went to church and they had these postcards advertising a lynching and a picnic, and we're going to watch a person get lynched, and we're going to have a nice lunch after that, and everybody's dressed up in their Sunday best, trying their best to get in on this picture because they got the nigga lynched. This was just the other day, if you ask me, right? I mean, this is crazy. Oh yeah, Nina, we're going to be back on tomorrow at 1:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so don't miss out. Our brother here is deep, and he's putting it down. But yeah, with these people who act like America's so pristine, or what is happening today is such a shock, when a lot of these white families know good and damn well what's in their bloodline, the things they talked about. Imagine the things they spoke about in whispers. We had the flip side of the story. We're at our dinner tables talking about that one that had the police dog sicked on them, or the uncle or the great-grandfather or the grandfather who was lynched. And maybe they don't talk about it that much because of the depth of pain and the scars involved. But these white families here in America, and I don't mean all of them, but too many of them, they know what they did. They know what they're connected to. And they talk about it in whispers. And they have proof of it. Look, just because something isn't on social media or on the computer doesn't mean it hasn't happened. We look for things, and sometimes we can't find them. But we have to depend on people to upload it. And the few little things that got uploaded was enough to see. The things that are found in these houses, in their basements, in their attics, in their treasure chests, right? There's so much more. What about the things that were destroyed? These stories that those who came up in the South and even certain parts of the North that seemed too incredible. Well, look at what happens here in this country in 2016. And if they can do that with smartphones around, satellites and news feeds and different ways, I can think something, put it down and shoot it out to the whole world. Bing, 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 bing. And people are liking it. We don't need to have cameras and go down to the camera shop or the developing place there and develop it. We don't have to do that anymore, right? It's all instantaneous. Who was it that just said hello? I thought I heard somebody say hello. But yeah, we're going to wind down with this. And Brother Taref, you're awesome. And you're a hell of a man. You're a good guy. The things you shared with us, the lives that you saved, the bravery you show to speak out. And this is what more of us need to do out here, is to be able to speak and open our damn mouths and not be afraid. Look, they have us on their cross threads anyway. Let's make these damn agents work for it. Let them earn their money. If you're going to kill me, it's going to be a story. I'm not going to be silent and let you put words in my mouth or smear me over with some little written story. I'm going to touch as many people as I can in my private life, face to face, online, every chance I get. in a good way, in a positive way, but in a real way. Because see, they have to make their maker also, and I have to make mine. We all have to meet our maker, right? So let it be worth something. Raise the stakes. Like Brother Farrakhan said years ago, if you want to kill me, I'm raising the stakes. And again, so many people thought he was crazy many years ago. Now they see that he's a prophet. That's why when they look at his videos now from things that he said years ago, oh my God, Jack, this Farrakhan, what is his name? Farrakhan? Or I don't know, but he was telling the truth. They don't even rip him apart anymore on the mainstream media. And not just him, but so many others like him. And so now what? Is he a hater? Well, look, he's like the weatherman. He's telling the condition of what's going on here in America. Black people, don't be afraid to speak. Is what we already knew. We knew this all along. We're not shocked, right? They're the ones who are acting shocked. But again, they know what's in their bloodline. And they, not only that, they know what's in their heart. If they're good, now's the time to show if you're good. If you're not, stay silent. Because the silent ones to me are bad, and the ones doing bad are bad. But don't trust no one. Some of our own are damn agents also. I have a circle around me of good people, and there are bigger circles of people around me who I don't even know. And even I'm so righteously paranoid, I trick myself. The way I dip down certain streets and hide things certain places and just change things around. But you have to be that way in this world because they still can't read your mind. They can whisper things into it, but they can't read it. They can only judge your trajectory. Okay, his habit is to do this. Well, I have no habits. I'm going to take a picture eating a big sloppy pizza with a lot of cheese on it just to fool them. I'm photoshopping it. We thought it was a certain way. But Brother Tarif, if you can, brother, tomorrow night, man, don't let us down. You're valuable to us. And what you're sharing is valuable and inspirational. And I'm drawing a lot of strength from you.
Thank you, brother. Anytime.
So, yes.
I just don't know. I felt like I was on my last leg. And it's designed to make it snap so they can take it down legitimately. And everybody be like, well, that's just another day, nigga, in the streets. He done this, he done that anyway. Everybody be hating me anyway. And then next, 20 years later, then the truth comes out.
Yeah.
But nobody won't tell them.
Yes.
So that's what I'm going through. I'm constantly being set up for failure. Me and my family argue a lot. I'm letting y'all know I'm a man. I argue with my mother, and that's the woman that raised me. I argue with,
right? Right.
Because it's just I want her to understand what I'm going through. But she's a Christian woman. She say, "Man, you gotta accept Christ. You gotta, I accept the Lord.
Right.
But it's like the people that's doing this to me is like Christians too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They go to church. I mean,
sheeple.
They go to church, come out, once they see me, they back, they forget the sermon, they back to messing with me again. I've been messing with them in the church. Gang stalks in the church. I'm serious.
I believe you. I believe you. If they ain't love bombing you, they gang stalking you.
Yeah. So it's just a contradiction I'm seeing. And because I'm kind of like isolated, that gives me the ability to think outside the box.
Right.
And to look at different avenues of what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it might be tapping into my phone and my computer, looking at what websites I've been to, especially on YouTube, and giving that to everybody and making everybody think that's how I am. But no, I'm not like that. Just because I might watch Alex Jones or watch certain things on the internet.
Man, if you're looking at some booty, I'm not mad at you. You're a man.
I look at booty too. I look at porn too. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I applaud that because there's enough men out here looking at man booty on the computer, and Barack Obama's giving them phone calls. So you hetero. You look at female booty. I'm happy for you. I believe the men and the women on this line will be happy because you're a real man. Let's be real.
I appreciate you that you gave me time, and yes, I will do it tomorrow too.
Thank you.
You know, the thing dealing with, I want to go deeper into my targeting and what other stuff I've been having, but if I do that, then it might discredit me because I'm experiencing some other weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm just gonna say it's like the work of a devil or something like that.
That's what it is, man. The real live devil.
It's a real live devil that's using sophisticated electronics, and it's very hard to spot. Then even though it's happening to me in the other TIs, once we start talking about it to other people, guess what happens? You are labeled a nut. You are labeled psychotic, schizophrenic. Right. Nobody want to be around you. So the same stuff you use against you is the same stuff they use against you again, because once you talk about it, then they use it against you again.
Right.
You know. So you got, I got to sometimes be careful, but I feel like they got me on a whole bunch of things anyway. You know, they probably, I don't know, man, I don't know how they doing it, but they got the ability.
Well, you know what?
I'm gonna let you know about the technology. It's good, but it's not good.
I'll jam whatever they throw at me. You know why? Because I'm gonna play gospel music, watch porn, and do yoga, drink liquor, and pop vitamins. Let them figure that one out. we're gonna boogie. We're gonna have some fun because I'm twisted. That's right. But listen, brother, I'm gonna hit the sack in 5 minutes. You've enriched my life. I'm so looking forward to this tomorrow night. Same time, 1:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brother Taref, Simon, courageous brother, warrior. And no, you're not crazy. I want you to talk freely here. You have a home here, and it's not just about a show. You have my number. Even when there's no show, when you want to talk, you just come on in and talk with me, brother, and we'll be all right. You know? And that's how we roll. You know what I mean? So listen, I'm gonna hit it off, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Same time. I'll call you the same way. We'll lock everything in. And if some weird shit starts happening to me, then I know I stepped on some toes, and we'll both be talking about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. And I want the feedback from everybody who's listening to this show of what, okay, this is your show, Tarif. So whatever you want to focus on, but if there's anything that anybody wants him to go back over that they misunderstood, I'm quite sure he'll be glad to accommodate you. And like I said, this is not just say if we got to roll all week, bro, we're gonna do that. You know what I mean? I'll sleep right up until the time it's time to get up. I'm out. You know, I'll do my thing. I'll do my part over here. Set everything up, y'all. Just show up, y'all. Just be back. I'm gonna put up a link. I don't know what I'm gonna title it. I'll do it before I leave out tomorrow. But it will be all about our brother here, and we're gonna put another couple hours in, and we're gonna start out deep. You know what I mean? Like they had Ali Frazier won. It was a big shock because it was such a good fight. But by the time they got to the Thriller in Manila, they knew it was going to be on. Well, this is going to be our Thriller in Manila tomorrow night because we know what we're dealing with. We know we have a brilliant, courageous brother here, and we're going to absorb everything that he has to say because I've spoken to many people who are targeted individuals, and this thing is real. You know, when will you be the guest? Hit me up at 407-924-8793. And we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? But I'm going to say this before we go. Download the Lancescurv app at the Google Play Store, the Amazon Store, and the Apple Store. Hit me up anytime, 407-924-8793. Go to Lancescurv.com, subscribe to the mailing list, and make sure to subscribe to this channel because we bring the real stuff here. It's not just about me, but everybody who is adding on and sharing. We're in the trenches, y'all. This is the Underground Railroad of Information, the Lancescurv Show. Brother, much love and respect. Be careful out there, and we're going to talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All right, brother. Peace out. Peace out, everybody.
Every Friday evening, tune in to radio's hottest talk show, bringing you the realest, uncensored conversations with the boldest man on the net. Lancescurv.
Good night, everybody.